Holly Bell, again. And as promised, we're going to talk about you can change your past and set yourself free. I love this book. It's amazing. Beautiful little butterfly. I love blue butterflies as well. Okay, so what can this book do for you if you are ready? Because this is like next level. You know, when I read this book, I was so blown away by the beautiful information that came through. You can change your past. What is this book about? Now, as you go through, you can change your past. The title kind of tells you it's really about shifting. It's shifting from being in the victim position to being in who you really are. You can change your past. It all comes down to how you're looking at it. You can make that past very different to what it is right now. Now, the events do not change. It's not the events that are going to change. They're going to stay the same. My sister was still born when I was 5, and I was still cast aside when I was 5. You know, the events do not change. What happened in your childhood stays the same. What happened. But how we see those events can be changed. And that's what changes your past. It's from changing how we look at it. If we're looking at it through the eyes of the 5-year-old self that's in pain, that's suffering, that's in fear, then that past cannot change. It won't budge. But if we can learn to look at that past through the eyes of love, through the eyes of the love that you are, then that past looks very, very different. Now, this is the magic of this book. Before this book, I honestly believed, there's that belief again, that we come into the world to be loved. And that book completely debunked that for me. We come into the world to be loved. We spend our whole lifetime looking for love out there. We look for love from our mum. We look for love from our dad. We look for love from our partners, from our children, from anyone we can. As we're growing up, we're always looking for love out there. But in this book, you discover that you are the love. The magic of this book is that you discover that when you came into the world, you are this beautiful love. You are the divine spark. You are love in its most purest state. You are unconditional, unwavering love. You are this beautiful light that comes into the world. And you are a blessing to the people that you have come into their lives. You've come to bless them. You've come to remind them that they are the love and they are the light. This is who you are when you are born. You are this beautiful love and you are this beautiful light. And you see it everywhere. That's why you see, little ones, you see toddlers looking in the mirror and they're delighted because they can still see the light when they look in the mirror. That's all they see. And when they look at the grown-ups around them, all they see is the beautiful light within these beautiful beings. But what happens? We come here to have a human experience. We choose to come here to have this life, to have a human experience. Because before we get here, before we come into this life, we are this beautiful divine being. We are made of this gorgeous light. And all we know is love and peace and bliss. We live in this state for all eternity. That's who we are. Love. We are this beautiful energy. Everything is energy. And then we come into this world. And we come in to have this gorgeous human experience that we cannot have out there in our natural state. We choose to come here so we can have this beautiful human experience. Now, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, it doesn't feel like a beautiful human experience. I felt the same way for a very, very long time. Like it was more suffering than anything else. Like it was more pain than anything else. And then I realized, but what if we come to be all of that? Because in our natural state, we can't be any of it. Like, we don't know what pain is. We don't know what suffering is. We don't know what anger is. We don't know what guilt is, or shame, or envy. In our natural state where we are just love and light and bliss, and that's all we are. We have nothing else. It is such a beautiful space to be in, but that's all we are for all eternity. Then we come here to earth and we have this beautiful experience that we can only have here. That's what that book is about. It's remembering that we are the love. Remembering the love that we are, that we've always been, that we will always be. A lifetime here is the blink of an eye. You blink your eyes and done. That's what it is to the eternal soul that you are. It comes here to have all these beautiful experiences. You are a soul, a spirit in a human body. It's not any other way around. You're not a human being, you're a spirit in a human being, having a human experience. And you come here to be it all. That's the magic of it. Once you understand it, there's no longer a judgment of it's right or wrong, or it's good or bad, or any of that. It just doesn't resonate anymore. It doesn't make sense to your soul, to who you really are, when all you see is love, and that love is all there is. Love is loving love in every moment. Everything you've been through has been loving you back to the love you are. That's all that's ever happening. And that's what that beautiful book is about, returning you to the beautiful love that you are, reminding you of the beautiful love that you are. Because there is nothing really for you to learn here. It's just remembering. So that's the magic of you can change your past. The moment that you remember the love you are, the moment you realize that you are a spirit having a human experience, everything shifts. That past looks so different. Because the other thing that you get to remember in this beautiful book is that we choose all of it. We choose it all. Now, I know it's going to bake some people's noodles, as they say. It's going to bake your noodle. But we choose to have these experiences as a soul. We choose them because we yearn to know what that feels like. We yearn to know what grief is. We yearn to know what shame is. We yearn to know what guilt is. What are these things that we don't get to experience in our eternal, infinite state? So, as you can see, it's definitely next level. It's very different to your past is a gift, where we're still looking at life through the eyes of our human eyes. In You Can Change Your Past, you learn about the separate I, or the ego, why it's created, why we need it. You learn all of that, or you remember that that's what you needed to do to have this human experience. And hopefully somewhere along the way you'll also remember that you chose it on some level. You chose it. Your soul, your spirit chose it. All right, my darlings. If it's too much, with all of these videos, with all of the books, whatever you read, whatever you listen to, if it doesn't resonate with you, it's not meant for you. And that's not good or bad. I'll do a brief video on the next one and we'll talk about that, because that's really important for you to understand. All right, my darlings, I love you guys. I don't want to make this one too long. Remember to click like and subscribe so you don't miss any of the messages, and we'll talk about that in the next video because that's really important. All right, bye for now.